everyone, I'm Virginia Dwan, also known as Mandarin Mama, and I host a podcast called the Noona Army Podcast, where I discuss the particular aspects of being a middle-aged BTS fan. I'm also a freelance writer and the founder of BrAzn AZN, which is an intimate retreat for Asian Pacific Islander, Desi American creatives and influencers. I have a special guest. I would call you Dr. Rhonda Richards-Smith, right? Like
I'm not a doctor, psychotherapist though. I can't prescribe meds, no meds.
Oh, okay. So, psychotherapist Rhonda Richards-Smith. So I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rhonda Richards-Smith. I am a licensed psychotherapist and relationship expert based in Los Angeles, California. And I have a website, which is rhondasmithlcsw.com. And I focus on personal wellness, healthy relationships, dating, marriage, and all that fun stuff.
So Rhonda and I are in the same mastermind group, Courage to Earn More. If you've seen a lot of these reaction videos, you know that's where I like corral my poor friends into reacting. But so they've heard a lot about BTS through me.
Oh yeah.
And today, even though Rhonda's you like what, 90s hip hop? And
yes, I like 90s. I'm 90s baby for sure.
Okay.
I love 90s music.
So even though that's her musical preference, I want to call upon her expertise as a psychotherapist today, because BTS's latest 2 albums are about the map of the soul, Carl Jung's map of the soul. So yeah, please don't at me in the comments. I know there are songs that are perhaps better fit for her musical style and for her musical taste.
I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for it.
But I'm interested in your feedback. So we'll probably do I don't know how many we'll put in this video, but so the first, do you know anything about BTS other than like they're Korean?
So I will tell you, I have a really good girlfriend that is obsessed with BTS, which is a huge part of why I wanted to participate. She's gonna be so excited that I'm doing this. So I'm gonna have to text her later.
Yes.
She is obsessed. So she's been talking to me about BTS like forever. I think I heard of it first because of her. She loves them. She has the dolls, everything. Her office is full. Yes. She is a legit fan.
She's a stan, dude. She's a
yes. She raves about them. So I'm very curious. I don't know much, but I'm very curious to see what all the best is about.
All right. So we're gonna start. So you already know that there's 7 men from South Korea. Their ages range from 22 to 27. They talk about social issues.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they have a lot of social commentary songs about like kind of the issues that South Koreans face, especially their generation. So they're called BTS because it stands for 방탄소년단, which is, I guess, loosely translates to like bulletproof Boy Scouts. And the idea is to protect their fans and their listeners and their generation in particular from the bullets society slings at them. So their generation suffers a lot from like unemployment, mental health issues, and I guess their parents, the societal pressures, like you have to get a good job, you have to go to these universities, otherwise you're nothing. So they address a lot of those things, and they also address. So the songs that I'm going to show you now are later in their career. And when they first started, they were originally a hip hop idol band, and several of the members, the rappers, RM and Suga, they were in the underground hip hop scene for Korea. And then when they joined an idol group, they were called sellouts, and like they were hated on because they were actually very popular and pretty famous for underground. And so, idol rappers aren't considered real hip hop because generally idol rappers don't write their own lines and make their own beats, but RM and Suga do. And the third rapper is J-Hope, and he also writes his lines and raps. But he came into the group because of his dancing. He was an award-winning street dancer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So and then there's 4 other members who are singers. So this song, by this time in their career, they're kind of making peace with like, who are they? Are they rappers? Are they idols? Are they singers? Are they artists? What are they? Kind of dealing with like fame also, and then they talk a lot about personas and like their outward face and their inside, because they're famous, right? Like they're super famous now. And so kind of dealing with those things. So I'm very interested. And then I'll show you some love songs and you can talk about relationships. All right.
I'm down.
So
I'm down.
You're down. All right. So the first song is actually 90s hip hop.
Okay.
And it is, it's Persona. And it is, it's the leader, RM. It's his solo. So they often, because there's 7 people, they will often have solos per album. Okay. So it's not a separate album. It's just, and they also have their mixtapes too. But like this is.
Okay.
So this is Map of the Soul Persona with just RM, and I have the lyrics underneath, so that you can see what he's talking about. Like,
all right.
So here we go.
Yo, 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 알고 질문 나는 놈을 고정할 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아주신 나는겠지 how you feel 기분이 어때 그난 너무 좋아하는데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 꺼내 예전보다 더 깊이 원했던 보이고 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들곳을 보라 해 내 그림자라는 목소리 이라고 불렀나
Oh yeah, I think I just realized that. I think for a minute I thought it was in English. I couldn't tell.
He does say things in English, so maybe that's
I didn't realize until just this moment. Okay.
It
took me a minute to catch on.
Lyrics, right? You're probably reading the lyrics and like.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, wait,
so
am I
understand?
rapping along? Wait, this is not English. Okay.
Right. No, I totally think I'm fluent in Korean until the subs are off, and I'm like, I don't know what they're saying.
Right? Like, oh,
I
feel like I'm with him though. I feel like I know, but okay, I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm here. All right.
It's a feeling most of us international fans have.
Yes.
개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 무대 아랬던 나는 조명 아랬던 자꾸 나 따라하지 라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 나 노려보네 야이수에 시작한 거지 벌써 이전이야 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 그냥 소리겠다 뺨에 나오는 거 알지 시기 같다 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 멋쩍은 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 남은 방식 없어 나의 서춤 지칠리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 석샤 그 가장 앞에 wild bus so I'm asking once again who the hell am I tell me your names baby do you want it now or do you want it go
Oh my god
what's it show what's it drink you think it live
Okay, I get it. I get what you're talking about. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. I'm starting to understand.
Yeah, my name is 어려운 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도 You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 내지마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 이 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 척도 내가 되고 싶은 나 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매분 매순 가사라 숨쉬는 persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shots when you cry Persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry
Wow. Okay. All right. I that definitely gave me a good taste of what's going on. Okay, I get it. I love it. That was so cute. I love that. like reminds me of middle school days. Like
yeah.
Early 90s. I love it.
What did you think of the lyrics? Or I don't know if you got a chance to see the lyrics, or what do you
I couldn't see all of the lyrics, but I think that like the messaging is really powerful, and I could tell even just based on watching the video in terms of just standing up and kind of like standing out amongst the crowd. It looked like everybody else was kind of doing the same thing, and then they were standing up and doing something a little bit different than everyone else and kind of like leading the pack, which I think is really cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So the song he talked about, he says it is literally about your public persona.
Yeah.
And dealing with those things, and how like people used to call them like too ugly to be idols, or like they weren't that they were like, I think there was a line where he said like pigs, like people like people just called like insulted them a lot, and so
oh my gosh.
And so he just like, it's talking about how like he wrestles with like people either say he's their muse, you know, he's amazing, and he's like, well, I don't feel like that.
Right.
Dude, I like.
What are you talking about? Yeah, are you talking about me?
Right, but then also when people say awful things about him, he's like, hey, yo, wait.
Yeah. No, absolutely, and I think it's tough when you're in the public eye and you're gonna get that criticism regardless. Anytime you step out and do anything in the public, the criticism is coming. We know. So, but I'm glad they're doing it anyway.
Yes. Next song is Interlude Shadow.
Okay.
And so this is performed by Suga, and he is also a rapper, and he's I actually might show you more of his stuff. He's the one who really talks about mental health.
Okay.
He's had solo songs where he talks about how he's felt suicidal, so
okay,
I'm gonna make sure
I'll look for the lyrics too, so that way I can see.
Okay, and then so the song Shadow, so again relates to, you know, persona, shadow, and ego.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
yeah, that's why I'm making you watch these. And this song actually made me cry.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it references their debut song, which is called No More Dream, where they talk about how he wants big cars. When he came out at like 19 or 20 saying, I want big cars, big rings, a big house, and big things, but I don't have any big dreams. So and talking about how, like, you know, they want to chase things, but they don't have any dreams, and like adults tell them they need dreams, and now that so I'll just let you read the lyrics. But
okay,
it's very powerful. So here we go.
I wanna be the top. I wanna be a rockstar. I want it on mine. be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna go win. I wanna be left. I wanna be the top. I wanna be a rockstar. I want it all mine. I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna be me. I wanna be. 그래 나는 너고 너는 나야 이제 알겠니. 그래 너는 나고 나는 너야 이제 알겠지. 우리의 몸을 걷고 내는 거를 즐겼지. 너는 절대 나를 떼어낼 수 없어 알겠지. 떼어낼 수 없어 네가 뭐를 하든지.
Someone's like getting pulled apart, it seems like. It's amazing how you can have that much attention and be around that many people and still feel so kind of isolated and alone and shattered like that. Wow. Wow. You know, it's like, it's so tough, and especially because how old were they when they started? You said they were really young.
The youngest was 15, so he was probably he was 20. He was he just turned 20.
Still young. Yeah. I mean, that's really young. I feel like to be thrown into the spotlight like that, and it can shatter you if you're not careful, because you know, it's like all eyes are on you. And I think a big thing that comes up a lot too is the idea of like having to be perfect, because a criticism is coming, and how shattering it can be when you get to a particular point and you kind of want to be, you know, you want to be on top. You have all these kind of fantasies about what that's going to feel like. And then you get there and it's like, oh, this is not exactly, you know, this is definitely not exactly what I thought it was going to be. And so kind of having to redefine, I think, your identity and like who you really are. Are you who everyone says you are? Or are you like how you feel inside, you know? And I think that that's a huge part of what can make you feel shattered and broken, is kind of like, you know, those different opinions and ideas about who you are versus who you really feel that you are inside. It can like tear you apart. Yeah.
And it was interesting how it ends. Like, it sounds really menacing at the end, right? But like the shadow's like, hey, look, I am part of you.
Yeah.
Like all these dark things, the things that you think make you a monster, that's also you.
Yeah.
You know? And you can't break yourself away from me. No matter how much you try. And all these things that chase you, you have to deal with it. And you have to
cope. Wow, that's super interesting. This is deep. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting. I'm like, oh my God, this is like very deep.
Okay, so the last song is Outro Ego.
Okay.
And is the third rapper.
Okay.
And J-Hope is probably one of the most mysterious members, because he has a very, very bright public persona. And he very rarely breaks it on screen. He very rarely breaks it.
Okay.
He's often considered the second leader of the group. RM, the first guy, he's the leader of the group, like the front man, and he's like the liaison between the group and the company.
Okay.
And, but he's often considered the second leader because he takes charge of all the dancing and the dance practices and like makes sure that, and they often say that he's very on screen, like on all their reality shows, their documentaries, he always seems very, like, you very rarely see him outside of his persona.
Interesting.
It's actually he's very bright. And so he's often said that when he chose the stage name J-Hope, it formed who he was. Because a lot of the members before have said that J-Hope is totally different than when his debut personality. Like, he was actually not this bright, shiny. They call him the sun. They fans call him like he's shining like the sun. And,
interesting. So it's like almost the complete opposite.
Yeah, because he's very loud, but you actually don't know very much about him. Like, he's very like, obviously you can tell he's hardworking. He's very tenacious. He tries really hard, but he doesn't, like Suga and RM. They're very open. Like all their lyrics, you see their guts. Right. But J-Hope is probably the most mysterious member, at least to me.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
So this song is talking about ego, which is like the integration of both, right? So
Okay.
and so he's actually opens up and is a little bit more personal.
Okay.
Not that his previous songs aren't personal, but this is way more so. So it's So I actually can't really define this genre. I don't really, maybe dance hall, Latin.
Okay.
Ish. Okay.
You're very versatile. Wow. I'm like, like all the genres.
They do a lot of genres, and
yes.
Right, so,
I don't know if we can put them in a box. I don't know.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
They pretty much said like they just like music. So if they like the music.
Yeah.
All right. So here we.
Wow, that's really cool.
And they love Kingsman, so this does.
We're now going to progress to some steps which are a bit more difficult. Ready, set, and begin.
Those are the previous. What?
I said maybe like an island or kind of like a Latin vibe, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, okay.
So we're here. 내 앞을 봐. The way you shine. Keep going now. Wherever forward. Until we go. Just press on through. 스쳐가는 day heavy. 희망이란 너고 후회도 가득했겠지 till I die. 내 춤은 든 구름을 잡아본 나의 꿈을 다 닦고 살아 숨쉬는 거에 의문은 oh my god. 탐구 spot 소년의 격정이 드디어 입밖으로 모두 해소되는 펫바 가장 믿던 그들의 답은 내 심장으로 하나뿐인 hope 하나뿐인 soul 하나뿐인 smile 하나뿐인 너 세상 그 진실에 확실해진다 변하지 않는 그 어떤 나 이제 I don't care 전부 내 운명의 선택 so we're here.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah,
The way you shine. Keep going now. Low. Wherever forward. Until we go. Just cross through. 믿는 대로 가는 대로. low. 명이 되고 중심이 돼서 forward. 힘든 대로 또 슬픈 대로. We go. 위로가 되고 나 알게 돼. Just cross through. The soul, the all. That's my ego. The soul, the all.
Okay, I'm curious. Is this like a tongue-in-cheek kind of song? Is it a little tongue-in-cheek?
I don't know. Why do you say that?
I mean, so if you're just based off of what you're saying about his persona, if like we don't know much about, because I'm very curious about his personal life, but I guess we don't have much information,
no one knows.
right? It just makes me wonder, is he, it just sounds like he's really aware that he has this public image, that he has to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's probably quite a bit that he's concealing, and I can tell. I feel like based on the video, it almost looks like when he's smiling, it's like he's knowing that he's kind of putting on a show, but we're really not getting the full picture of who he is. That's just the impression that I got from the video, which is really interesting.
Yeah. I think of all the members, he has the most distinct boundaries. Like,
yes.
like, no, this is mine.
Yeah.
I'll give you this, but the rest is mine. Whereas the other members, especially the youngest members, they blur it very easily because they were so young when they
Do you think he's having fun with that? The fact that he's able to kind of like set those boundaries?
I don't know, but I admire him.
Yeah.
Like,
to me, I mean, just based off of what it seems like to me, like he's kind of enjoying the fact that he's been able to successfully set those boundaries. That was just the vibe that I got from watching. Like, I'm going to give you guys this is this, but I've got something else in the background that you're not really able to see that I'm protective of in my personal life. Right. So he's kind of like putting it all out there. Like, I'm going to give you all of this, but I'm reserving something else for myself. I could definitely tell that from the video.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. I could definitely tell that.
Yeah. I love him for it. I think. Yeah. I mean, obviously as a fan, I'm like, I want to know all
I know. Give us a little something. Right? He may tease at some point. He may like tease a little something for fun in the future. I mean, you never know.
Right.
But it seems like he's having fun with setting the boundary and kind of like going all out there with that public piece. But there's a lot that you're not able to see. I think he enjoys that.
Oh, maybe. But he does say like he would like to share a little bit more of himself. Yeah. A little bit more vulnerable. So like the lyrics are all about how like they suffered so much because I think they were training for a really, really long time. So they've been together about 10 years now, even though they've debuted 7 years ago. So he was the third member of the group, and he almost quit. He actually, I think he did quit once, and they begged him to come back, and then so he didn't actually quit, but like, and so he suffered a lot, you know. And so he's talking about like all the things that he suffered, all the pain that they went through, you know. So I was surprised when I found this out, but they used to call him like a horse. They said that his face looked like a horse, and he was like
really
told that like he was the ugliest member. That's why he doesn't like to show his forehead very often, because he feels like it makes, well, I don't know if that's true, but he doesn't often show his forehead, even though he's so attractive with a like,
absolutely, yeah.
But I think a lot of people said that or a lot of like internet keyboard warriors or critics were like, oh, he's not attractive, he looks like a horse. They said awful things about him, or like, oh, he can't rap and all those things, because he was a dancer. He came into rap. He says his rapping is how he feels music when he dances. Like, he's an amazing dancer. Like, he has like and so he's just a really disciplined, kind person. He just does, you know, he just doesn't show his pain.
Where does he fall in terms of like the birth order for the members? Like, is he on the older side, or?
He's the third oldest.
Third oldest. Okay, got it. Okay.
And the leader is dead center in the middle. And then
interesting.
Suga is second oldest.
So. Okay. So he's a little bit on the older side then, in terms of the other group members. That's so interesting.
I'm actually very tempted to show you all their solo songs from this last album.
Like, because I want to do more research, but then you're telling me like I guess I'm not going to find much anyway.
Yeah, you won't find. He's very private. His sister is on Instagram, but it's all in Korean, and she doesn't really talk about it. But yeah. What did you think of all three? Like, which song did you like best?
Oh my gosh. I mean, they're all so good. I love that it's not like one particular genre, because like when you were asking me like, well, what's your favorite music type or genre? Like I like a little bit of everything. So I love it because they're not so beholden to one particular genre. Like, okay, we're R&B, we got to be R&B for every song. And then maybe we'll have like one rap song on the album. But it seems like a lot of their songs are varied and different. Some have choreography, some have different beats. You know, some's more dance music. There are other songs that are more serious. So I like that they really cover the gamut, and you get like a little bit of everything. I love that. I don't know if I can pick one. I like them all.
Okay, good. Oh,
I don't know.
Your friends.
It's hard to compare them.
Be very excited.
It's hard to compare them.
That's good. Okay, so Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.